I'm literally making this up. How to make friends, boy. I'm trying to give you something. We're not here to judge, everybody's here to shut up. Shut up. I'm not going to embarrass myself. Like, leave me alone. Like, by all means, if you want to skip a lecture, go ahead. If you don't want to go to your tutorial, especially if you're skinny, if you're anemic, if you don't take your iron tablets, bring a jacket to school, yo, because some of those classes are real cool. It's not that serious. It's never that deep. Assignments could hand in late, baby. Like, you could hand in assignments late, yo. I might entertain I might entertain the idea, but like, it's never gonna happen. It was never gonna be you, shorty. Academics is boring if we being real. Like, you want to sit down and do labs all day? Like, what? Hey babes, you good? You great? You Gucci like the shoes with the snakes on them? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. To any new viewers watching, my name is Kyla. Hi, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Like this video, follow my Instagram and TikTok, and let's get into the video.
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes!
For those of you who don't know, I attend the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill in Barbados. UWI is a university in the Caribbean. It has 4 campuses currently, one in Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, and Antigua. And yeah, from next week, Monday, I will be starting my 2nd year of university. I just wanted to do a little like tips, advice, story time, do's, don'ts type video for y'all, any new UWI students, any new college students. This advice could be used for anybody really and truly, but it's more specific to anybody who might be going into UWI. I figured this might be a helpful video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you find it helpful if it applies to you. So I tried to organize this video as best as I can, but I low-key have ADHD, so I'm not sure how it's going to go with the points. I'm just going to start from the beginning and kind of get into some things. First of all, to anybody watching this who may be in Form 5, I would not recommend going straight to UWI from Form 5. I did Form 6 personally. I actually did consider going straight to UWI, but because I did Form 5 in COVID, plans changed and I ended up doing the 2 years of Form 6. But I'm not mad at that. Like, actually going to UWI, y'all, I would not have done it any other way. I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all are in Form 5, like, regardless of what people may tell y'all, take your time. You're young. Like, y'all are young. Take your time. Take your 2 years. UWI not going nowhere, y'all. I promise y'all. Because doing CAPE did help me transition into UWI. It was still a jump. It was still a jump. But I would say from Form 5 to go straight into UWI, I would not recommend. No guys, take your time. That's my personal advice. Take your time after Form 5. Take a gap year, do CAPE, do Form 6. It helps. Also, especially if you go into UWI, UWI is a Caribbean school. CAPE is a Caribbean exam. So the way it was set up, really and truly, like, ideally, you would do CAPE and then do UWI. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I'm just saying, it's literally there for you to do it that way. Once you're past that point, obviously, you're applying to UWI now, you picked your faculty, whatever you applied for, whatever you applied for. There are certain programs in UWI that are really competitive and really hard to get into. Medicine, law, engineering, but I would say mainly medicine and law. If y'all don't know, I still want to be a doctor. I did not get into medicine. I don't know if I explicitly said this on this channel, but I did not get into medicine, which is why I am doing SciTech. If you didn't get into med, if you didn't get into law, it's not the end of the world, because I definitely thought it was the end of the world. I had an identity crisis. I was depressed. Like, for me personally, I've wanted to be a doctor since I was 4 years old. Like, from Form 1, I knew what subjects I was picking. Like, there was never any doubt of, I wonder what I want to be when I grew up. I always knew. So then when that was kind of I had a whole, it's not the end of the world. It's not because you're not smart. It's not because you're not good enough. So don't think that you are. It's just, it really is highly competitive and a lot of people want to go into these fields. So it really is highly competitive. And even if you're the best of the best, sometimes it's really just hard to get into these programs. And that's okay. Don't give up. Don't give up, guys. It is definitely advised that you take that opportunity and that time to explore different career paths. Think of other things you might want to do, explore other interests, do some research, but don't give up. It may be that you find something else you want to do and you wish to pursue that instead. Go ahead. But there are many ways to get to one goal, and it might take you a little longer, but don't give up because it's still achievable, it's still attainable, and that would be my advice. I just want to tell you, I really didn't want to make this video like negative in any way. It's supposed to be advice, whatever. But my first year of UWI was literally the worst year of my life, and I'm not even exaggerating that in any way, shape, or form. I'm being very honest. Like, my mental health was literally the worst it's ever been. Like, it was a tough year for me for a lot of reasons, not just because of school, but a whole combination of stuff. And it was really hard, it was really difficult. Like, it's amazing that I am here making this video, y'all, because I was really struggling. I was really struggling at various points in time. I'm not trying to make this video negative again. I'll probably do a video getting into that someday, but just because I couldn't do what I wanted to do, lack of motivation, the adjustment, just a lot of things, which is again why I say I do not recommend going to UWI straight from secondary school. Take your time, take your time, take your time. Like, I promise y'all, there is no rush. I would also like to say that I obviously going into my second year, I don't know everything about UWI, I don't know everything about university, but this is just this is just my experience, my perception, and my advice. Take it or leave it. First thing about university I would tell you is that you don't need all the school supplies that you needed in secondary school. You don't need all those markers, all those pens, you don't need 5,000 books, you don't even need a pencil case. So don't buy it. If you already buy it, but it's really not necessary, like you're not going to use it. Most schools in the Caribbean require you to wear a uniform, if not all, actually. So from wearing a uniform every day to having to wear clothes to come to school, this is my advice, y'all. Dress comfortably. Make sure you're comfortable. So for example, jeans. Before I started UWI last year, I bought like 10 pairs of jeans, and ask me what I do with those jeans now. I don't like jeans. I don't think they're comfortable. Skinny jeans, that is. I don't think they're comfortable, but that's just the norm. You go in somewhere, you put on jeans. So I was like, oh, I start in UWI, I need to get jeans. I bought a whole set of jeans. I don't like to wear jeans to go to school, y'all. Like, I rather wear shorts. I rather wear, sweatpants. I rather wear something like that for my comfort. Like, I don't like to wear jeans and sit down in UWI whole day. That's just me. So I would say just make sure you're comfortable, because the more comfortable you are, the more that helps your experience, the more that helps your learning. Second clothing point, dress cute. Like, just for you. I know this doesn't work for everybody. Y'all, I like to put on nice cute outfits to go to school. I like to wear my little crop tops. I like to wear my little dresses, my little short skirt, my little fits here and there, put on a shorts, Like, I like to, serve here and there. When I dress cute, it just overall helps me have a better day. When I love my hair is slicked, like I get up early and I do my hair, my outfit is matching, like I feel cute, I feel pretty, I feel confident. I just have an overall better day at school. I don't know the science behind it, but that's what happens. Funny enough, very ironic actually, the better I look at school, the worse I'm feeling. Like, the worse I feel, the more unmotivated I feel about school. The cuter outfit I'm wear, I don't know why. I just like to look cute to go to school, just for myself. Like, and the thing is, you will get compliments. Some of the sweetest compliments I've gotten in my life have been at UWI. Like, you know what it is to get up early, do your hair, and a girl will be like, oh my gosh, I love your hair. Like, no, it is really gas you. It might just seem like not a big deal, but I really do appreciate it. And then that's also what's prompted me to start giving people compliments more, even though I have social anxiety. I'm not really a compliment giver, not because I'm a hater. I'm quite the opposite of that, but I'm just like, it's just anxiety. The next topic we're going to get into is mental health. And you know, everybody does talk about mental health is so important. And I feel like we all know this. But yeah, guys, your mental health, you see, you watching this, your mental health is really the most important thing, or should be the most important thing to you. School is important, it really is. But school is not everything. School is not with your life. Like, I'm going to tell you that. And this might be bad advice to some of y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, it's not that serious. It's never that deep. Assignments could hand in late, baby. Like, you could hand in assignments late, y'all, but make sure your mental health is good. And I'm gonna tell you this, guys, as somebody who was raised, you know, as a academically great student or whatever, I literally, you know, when people used to hand in the SBA like weeks later, I used to be like, how could they? Like, I genuinely could not comprehend it. But last semester, y'all, I literally could not with some of my assignments. And you know, you might lose a little 10%, you might lose a little 15%, but rather you take your time and do a job well done than rush down and neglect your mental health over school. I will say though, make sure and talk to your lecturers, because some of them can be very sweet and understanding. Don't wait 2 weeks past the due date to be like, you know, I didn't do this and so blah blah blah. Like, talk to them as it's happening. Your project is due, you're struggling, just talk to them and let them know, and lots of times they are understanding. Y'all, I had to submit a couple labs late for my genetics course last semester, and your girl passed, because even though I submitted like 2 or 3 labs 2 days late, they were well done because I took the extra time to do it at a time that I could mentally handle it, because I could not do it any sooner than that. Do things that make you happy, do things for you outside of school. Make the time, because you're not going to have the time, but make the time, because there's lots of stuff I put off last year for school, and then what was the outcome of that? So this year I am not doing that. Make time to do stuff that bring you joy, that make you happy. Otherwise you're gonna lose your mind, girl, because it's very easy for your mental health to, like, in UWI, like, I'm telling you, it's very easy. Starting UWI honestly might be a little stressful, might not a little, might be a lot stressful. Might be really stressful and really overwhelming, but it just comes with it. Like, when I started UWI, y'all, I do not know what credits were. I was like a major, a minor, like there were so many things to me that I literally did not understand. But you get it. You get it. Like, it just takes time, but you get it. You might get lost to a couple classes, you know, you might not know where this class is, you might not know where that class is, but relax, breathe, it's fine. Like, you get the hang of it eventually. Still to this day, I don't know where half of the classrooms in UWI are. Like, I just still have to ask people to this day where so and so class is, because I just have a horrible sense of direction, and like, it is confusing, but you're gonna make it there. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't know me personally, I'm not the person to say this, but really, like, in all aspects, in all areas, don't be afraid to ask for help. Personally, I feel like some people might disagree, probably the majority, but I think that UWI staff is some of the friendliest, most helpful people ever. The administration building, y'all, the bursary, like, anytime I have to go in that admin building, y'all, everybody is just so pleasant. Like, it have a couple staff there that, like, every time I come back, they know me. It have this man, he just talk to me, be like, what going on in my courses, so on and so on, cracking jokes. Like, that might not be everybody's experience. Again, this might be the unpopular opinion, but I genuinely feel like a lot of these staff at UWI are very nice and very friendly, and they would help you. Like, talk to security guards. Y'all, this security guard was in the bathroom with me just the other day at summer school. This lady is literally in the bathroom stall talking and having a full conversation to me, and I'm outside and telling me, you know, come to her if anything going on. Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I personally feel like UWI staff is very helpful. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Also, if you can't find classes, ask people, because like students, you might have to ask 5 students before you actually find what class whatever class you're looking for, you might have to ask 5 students because they don't know either. But yeah, you will find it eventually in efforts to maintain your mental health and maintain, just a healthy, life mindset, whatever, throughout your university journey. I would say to do extracurriculars, like do something, y'all. Like outside of your hobbies, join a club in school or something. Like it's a way to meet people, it's a way to do something outside of academics because academics is boring if we being real. Like you want to sit down and do labs all day? Like what? You want to sit down and crunch numbers all day? Like you need something, something for the other side of your brain, outside of school and education and academia. You need, so whether that be a sport, debate, something like that, you'll just do something. Honestly, my favorite part about UE was netball. Like, yo, if I had netball, that alone would motivate me to go to school. Just so I can play netball at the end of the day. Like I really love netball. I don't know. I don't know. So I would say, definitely it's great to do activities in school. Somebody said this at like an orientation thing before I started UE, but they were like, if you ever bored at UE, like it's you. It's you. Because there's always things to do, which is true. But like last year, y'all, I did not really like go to any UE events or anything, not because I didn't want to, but because of school and a lot of the work I had to do trying to manage. Like I was fighting for my life, y'all. I had no time to go out and party and enjoy, but there are things to go to, like there are events, they're there. So I would say that's really true advice. There's like some parties, some fed, some like literally every week. I promise you, we has events. Also because of the program I'm doing, it's just not possible for me to like be out partying every week. But I see people do it and I love that for you guys. Like live your best life. I wish I could. You're not going to be bored, or you should not be bored. You have the option to not be bored if you're not, overwhelmed in classes or whatnot. Since we're on like the social topic, let's talk about friends at UE. How to make friends at UE? Because I feel like this is a question that everybody, it's like, how do I make friends at college? How do I make friends in university? The answer is, guys, I don't know. No, I don't know for real. Like, if you'll find out, let me know. But I don't know. Other than like joining activities and stuff like that, even if you don't have friends, because I wouldn't say I have friends, like you will have people that like from class. You would have like a couple people you could say hi to, have a couple conversations. If I decide not to go to this lecture this day, I'll have somebody to ask for the notes or like something like that. This is my little advice, right? However you think you're feeling, you might think that you're the only person feeling that way. I promise you, you're not. If you feel like you're suffering and overwhelmed and stressed in university, and it may seem like you are the only person that it's affecting and everybody else is just, fine, that's not the reality. Like, and you only realize that when you start to talk to people and whatnot. I'm literally making this up. How to make friends, boy. I try to give you something. Right. I know this sounds like obvious and like, well, duh, but the best way to make friends is honestly to talk to people. And I don't talk to people, that's my problem. But like, why is my ring light being weird, yo?
Fuck was that about?
Okay.
Dude, you're weird.
I don't talk to people, but like that's honestly how you make friends. Like you sit down next to somebody in class, say hi, ask them their name. This is very important, guys. Ask people their name. I I don't know a lot of people's names. Like it have people I'll be like, hi, like I'll see them on campus and be like, hey girl, and I don't know their names at all. Which is really bad, but I have this really bad habit of talking to people and I forget to ask their names. Like I forget to reciprocate. I don't know guys, but like I like people will know my name but I will not know their name, and it's not intentionally. It's just I literally forget to ask people their names, and even when I know people's names I forget. Especially like in your first week, in your first few weeks, just like talk to people, like be like, hey, that conversation, like hey, what's your major? Where you from? Yeah, guys, you're going to have that conversation a couple times if you want to make friends. To make friends in university is not something that you're just going to sit down and it's going to happen. You actually have to put in the effort to make friends, unfortunately. So if you don't want to put in the effort, just don't complain about not having friends. But yeah. Straying from friends, let's talk about relationships. You all know everybody they say like don't get into a relationship your first day of UE, blah blah blah, whatever. Me personally, I'm not going to tell you all that. I don't care. Do what you want with your life. I don't really concern myself with what people do with their lives. That's fine. Like what I say to do, but whatever, do what you want. But what I will say is getting into a relationship in your first semester is actually crazy because I saw it happen and I'm like, how? I'm mainly talking about like September, October, but like towards the end of the semester is like understandable to be honest. But then again, guys, I have no man, so don't take relationship advice from me. Like, yo, this genuinely blows my mind. In your first semester, like, since you just get here, like, dog, what are y'all doing for real? Like, I don't really judge people like that because I don't really care. But that blows, like, second semester, okay. But what do you mean you're in a relationship first semester? You just come to this school, like, what? That's crazy. You didn't even complete one course. And you with this man, like, what are y'all? No, I don't understand it for real. Like, and let me just tell y'all, UE is not the place for relationships. Like, the candidates, they just aren't doing. Me personally, y'all, the only reason I just go to UE is because I have to get education, to get a degree. But I really do concern myself with, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I do keep my roster. I'm joking. I don't have a roster. I don't have a roster for real, but like, you know, I will talk to a couple niggas here and there. Let me stop saying niggas, but I will talk to like people here and there. You know, I might entertain I might entertain the idea, but like, it's never gonna happen. It was never gonna be you, shorty. But no, for real, yo, like, I don't see myself getting into a relationship at UE. Like, ew, like UE is stressful enough. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? Y'all, honestly, and let me tell y'all too, from personal experience, guys, like at UE, especially in your first year, it have people that will like try and come and talk to you just because like, oh, y'all, I'ma just tell y'all, niggas are weird, like weird, weird, weird. Don't like, I would not recommend like focus on your schoolwork. I'm not saying don't have your fun, don't, you know, whatever, but don't make that like a priority because like guys, UE is not Tinder. Like, anyways, moving on. So at UE you have classes, which you have lectures, which is just like class, you know, a lecturers literally. You have tutorials, which is more like you do questions, discuss, it's more like smaller sessions. You have class tutorials, which is used for like exams and stuff. If you do sciences, you have labs. And yeah, I think that's all the different like class types you have. I just wanted to explain that because I know for me, last year I was like, what is a tutorial? Like, I was lost. Like, in tutorials, you do worksheets, stuff like that. Like, it's more intimate, you know. Yeah, I'm not going to be the person to tell you I'll go to all your lectures. I'm not even going to tell you I'll go to all your tutorials. Like, by all means, if you want to skip a lecture, go ahead. If you don't want to go to your tutorial, like, nah, yo, I don't go to all my tutorials, but not for the reason you think. It's because they call on you to answer questions. And as somebody that does not talk in class, all my life, for some reason, teachers just always want me to come up on the board. And they just do that in tutorials, and I don't know what's going on. So, like, you know, they just be like, we're not here to judge, you know, everybody's here to shut up. Shut up. I'm not going to embarrass myself. Like, leave me alone. That's why I don't like to go to tutorials, for anxiety reasons. But like sometimes, guys, you really just couldn't be bothered to go to a lecture. That's just how it goes. Like, go in the library and sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you don't feel like going to a tutorial. Me personally, y'all, I could have a class in this building, I will probably walk past sometimes. Sometimes I'll be walking to class and don't feel like going anymore. I will do a 360 right in front of the Sometimes for real you're not in the mood for lectures. Sometimes you're not in the mood for tutorials, and that's fine. Just know which lectures to skip, know which tutorials you can skip. The workload of UE is a lot. It's an adjustment for sure. I'm gonna tell y'all, CSEC and CAPE don't accurately test like your knowledge. Like CXC's exams, like that's just the nature of it. I don't know. Like, as in, you can get a 1 in CXE and not know anything about that subject. I'm telling y'all, because some of my grades, especially CAPE, y'all, CAPE chemistry, I don't know what was going on in CAPE chemistry, guys. And tell me how. Tell me how I get those grades. So I am telling you, like, you can finesse 1s, you can finesse 2s in CAPE, CSEC, and have no clue what's going on, regardless of what secondary school teachers will tell you. It's possible. It's possible. Chemistry, you can literally write Avogadro's number underneath every question, and you might still get a 2, y'all. You might not get a 1, you might still get a little 2. In UE, that's not how it works, unfortunately. Even with multiple choices, you might feel like, oh yeah, multiple choice. No, guys. Because if you genuinely don't know, you don't know. It have no guessing. It have no guessing. So you really need to study. You really need to put in the effort. If you don't know how to study, you need to learn how to study. You need to develop study methods. You need to teach yourself how to study. I never really learned how to study, so right now I'm trying to like learn how to actually study because I was just naturally smart. Primary school was like a, if I ever said I was studying in primary school, I promise you I was not. Like, primary school, secondary school, you is not, you know. So yeah, that's a big thing. You really need to learn how to study because the work and the assessment methods and the testing, it really is actually testing you. If you think that you might have any type of learning disability, if there's a learning challenge you maybe experienced before, even if you don't know for sure, if you just have like the question, the doubt of maybe I might have this, maybe I struggle with this, sort that out, sort it out immediately. Like UE is not the place for that, guys. It really isn't. If you think you might be dyslexic, ADHD, if you have ADHD, like no, you're, because you literally are just going to suffer and struggle unnecessarily. Like, sort that out. Like, get tested. There's nothing wrong with having these things. People have learning disabilities. Not everybody learns and retains information the same. That's fine. But it's important to learn how to deal with it and adapt to an environment that's fast paced, high volume of work, you know, and it's not catered for your advantage. Like, university is not really built and structured to be ADHD friendly. To like, yeah. So if you think you have any type of learning disability, any hey, sort that out. Sort that out. That is my best advice to you because you're not going to be doing yourself any favors at all. And I'm literally talking to myself right now. You're really not going to be doing yourself any favors at all. So sort it out. Sort it out. I feel like I said a lot of bad things about you, so I'm thinking of a good thing to say about you. I told y'all I like netball. I love netball. Netball is great. What else I like? Oh, y'all know what I love about UE is the regional diversity. And you know they're real proud of that because every event, the UWI campus has blah blah. Shut up. Shut up. But not for real, y'all. They really ate with that one little thing because as somebody who has moved around the Caribbean a little bit, has parents from 2 different islands. My sisters are also from 2 different islands. You know, I have family from, you know, I've always struggled with my national identity a little bit. And, you know, I appreciate that everybody at UE is not just one nationality. And like, you might talk to people from like 5 different countries in one day. That's really my favorite thing about UE. They ate with that little one thing. I'm gonna admit, I appreciate that. Everything else, not so much. Not so much at all, at all. At the end of the day, y'all, UE, I'm trying not to be biased. UE has the potential to not be so bad. But at the end of the day, it is university. It is going to be hard. It is going to be tough. It is going to be overwhelming. You will have struggles, but try to make the most of it. Try not to lose your mind. Try to have a good mental health. Try to make times for things that make you happy. Try to form good connections, genuine friendships. Don't get into any relationship. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. And yeah, guys, if this is your first day of university, I hope you have a good time. I hope you enjoy yourself. If any of y'all going to UWI and y'all happen to see me on campus, y'all could be like, hey, Kyla, like, I might be a little awkward and stuff, but, I would appreciate it. Yeah, also anybody who may not be going into your first year of university and just watching this just cause, who's thinking about applying to UWI, who's just watching this for fun, I hope you have a great academic year. I hope y'all are good as well. I really do wish you the best. Congratulations on making it so far in your school journey. I'm proud of y'all, for real. And I think that's the best advice I can give you all. Let me know if y'all want a part 2, but this is just some general advice for any freshers going to UWI for the first time. I just had to tell y'all how I feel about a couple things. Yeah, also, guys, okay, I'm gonna say this. Bring a jacket to school every day. Every day, bring a jacket to school. Bring a jacket to school, especially if you're skinny, if you're anemic, if you don't take your iron tablets. Bring a jacket to school, yo, because some of those classes are real cold. Like, outside hot, but in those classrooms, it's freezing. Like, it's really ridiculous. What else? Bring headphones. I feel like this is obvious, but I don't know how people just operate just like without headphones. What do you mean? When I forget my headphones home, I just feel to literally know you. Anytime I forget my headphones die. I just literally want to go mad. Remember to charge your headphones. Bring headphones. Bring snacks. Have like a little bag, just in case bag. I feel like this is something girls do already, especially if you don't live on campus or near campus. Have a little bag just in case. Sanitary napkins, soap, literally all the things you could think of just in case. Keep that on you. Definitely bring snacks. Make the most of your time as well. If you're not very good with time management, you might want to get on that. Because you don't really have time, so it's important to make use of the very little time that you do have. So make a timetable. Google, what's the name of this, yo? Google Calendar. You can like customize it with like your own colors, your own backgrounds. Like Google how to do that, YouTube how to do that. But yeah, you could use Notion. Notion is a little confusing for me personally. Use to-do lists. Make sure and write down all your due dates, everything you have to do. It's going to save you a lot. It's going to help. If you're like unsure of like what courses to do and stuff like that, what courses to register for, you're confused with like prerequisites, stuff like that, read your faculty handbook. Everything is in there. You just have to look for the information. I wouldn't recommend you wait for an academic advisor. Go in your faculty handbook. Yeah, because I don't want to say anything about my academic advisor, but use your faculty handbook, guys, because some of these advisors just there for style. For style. Same for lecturers, yo. Like, some of those lecturers just there for style, for real. A lot of these lecturers, like, I know that's their job, but they really don't teach. Like, what they really do is lecture. Like, they will come to class, talk, say a whole lot of nothing, leave you lost and confused, dip, get their paycheck, and you just here struggling. Like, nah, y'all, university is really a thing where you have to teach yourself a lot of the time. You really have to put in the work, put in the practice in order to see the reward, get the grades that you want and you need in order to leave there. Okay, I'm going to end this video here because it's getting really long, but I hope it was helpful to you. And again, let me know if you want me to do a part 2. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and appreciate you so much, guys. And see ya. Hasta la vista. Bye. Deuces. I told you that I'm leaving. I told you that I'm leaving. I told you that I'm leaving. I forgot I used to do that. Okay, bye.